Nightfall in the Windy City with the Willis Tower and the rest of downtown Chicago lighting up the sky. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche NBA, a celebration of the amazing Latin culture in this league and its fans all around the globe. A great tradition we get to enjoy. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Nuggets coach Mike Malone is the son of longtime NBA assistant coach Brendan Malone, who was on the staff with the late Chuck Daly in Detroit when the Pistons won back-to-back NBA titles. Malone's dad told him not to get into coaching with its nomadic lifestyle and volatility. Michael said, "I knew the pitfalls. My father said, all right, if you're going to be a coach, be a great coach. If you have
That's some pretty sound advice. Thanks, DA. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Barton.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Porter in at the 3. And for Chicago, Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Markkanen and Carter are up front, and it's B in at the point. And Brent, both teams really want this win. Playoff implications are at stake.
This is going to be an interesting night to see who it is that stands up, Kevin, and who it is that realizes the imperative nature of this game for their playoff chances. This could have some seeding implications as well.
And the players know it well, too, don't they?
The players know it well, and the veteran players and the players who have that experience and that hunger to get back there, they're letting the other guys know that tonight, let's lock in and tune it up.
With the way that he's played and the way the front office has talked about Greg, it's clear that the team views Che as a building block for the future.
I'm not sure anyone would have predicted that at the beginning of his career, Kevin, but Che has been an absolute boon for this team. Not a surprise that the front office sees him as a long-term piece of the puzzle.
And here is Murray following Otto Porter's 3. Millsap passes to Jokic. Murray outside. The shot, no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Porter in the corner. Here's B. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from B.
It's been a slow start here for Denver. 8-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Yeah, it never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
Chicago with the ball, following the miss by Jokic. No good from B.
I'm not sure where the lack of focus comes in there, Kevin. That's not like him. The defense is close, but there's enough space to score.
Out to Harris to end the run. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And maybe a deep breath moment for them. They're now 1 for 4 to start the game.
B, he's covered by Murray. Good work defensively by Millsap.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Porter, no luck.
And so far, the team just 1 of 5, and that rim shrinking. Ooh, okay.
And the vertical that Levine has really gives him an advantage when he's able to hit that launching pad.
Poked away. In transition, here come the Bulls. Here's B. And, oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Chicago shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. Both free throws good from B.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Harris looking it over, passes it to Porter. Jokic against Carter. Here's Millsap, 5 on the clock. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
Even though Paul Millsap can spread the floor for you, that mid-range jumper is becoming a weapon.
And how about the transition from Paul Millsap, going away from that star role to being more of a role player here in his later years? No longer needed to carry the torch, if you will, in terms of scoring and rebounding, but he can still give you just a bit of everything else.
Oh!
Yeah. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Shoots from the corner. Count it. Millsap's got his second basket.
Yeah, you can't leave people open around Jokic, and the offense is set up to have cutters and movement. They'll take advantage of the defense if they sleep.
The shot's good from B.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
Well, you know, you watch Nikola Jokic out there, and he just moves like a guard. The way he approaches the game, sees the court, and shoots just aren't found in that center position.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Marjanovic checked in for Wendell Carter. Young comes in for Lauri Markkanen. Valentine's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And it's White in for Zach LaVine. Beasley the pass to Morris. The Nuggets with another miss. Greg Jokic has so many tools at his disposal. He's a walking triple-double threat.
The passing and vision is what really sets him apart at that center position. The offense can run through him and should run through him with how he can distribute the ball.
Valentine passes to B. It's good. B's got 11 points.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
The dish to Valentine. B covered by Morris. To the paint. Umley with the steal. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. And laid in to finish the break.
In the last few years, we've seen a nice leap from Jeremy Grant, including how effective he can be in that spot.
B covered by Morris. Here's B. Young trying to break free. Marjanovic drops in the layup for two.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
The Nuggets trail by 11. To the middle. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Valentine. Here's B. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee. The Bulls have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Both free throws good from B. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Knocks it loose, and it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. And here, late in the season, a good time now to follow up on our Rookie of the Year race, which young players have separated themselves as the best of the bunch. Well, you look at B, all season long, he has proven again and again that he's the cream of the crop. He's in the top spot right now, and the hardware could be his.
And there's no more deserving candidate. Any other outcome than him lifting that Rookie of the Year trophy, and I'd be shocked.
Me too. And it's the way that he's just sustained his level of play for the entire season. So consistent. No major peaks, no huge valleys. That's pretty impressive stuff and heady stuff from a rookie.
And now the Nuggets, fast break. Here's Beasley. And that one is good.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Now here's Valentine. He's still scoreless so far in this one. No good from B.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do that.
And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Nuggets. Trailing by 2. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. Levine is out there with B. And it's Carter in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Millsap right now unselfish and looking for guys if they're open.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, B in that last game against the Rockets had a huge night. He finished with 32 points, and along with what he did on offense, he had a big defensive night as well. That game was just the latest example of how hot he's been. We'll see if anyone can cool him down tonight, Kevin.
Excellent, David. Yeah, he was very assertive in that last game, making things happen.
Absolutely made his presence felt. And I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to get it going early here tonight.
Every teammate in talking with them before the game says how much faith they have in him. They'll keep getting it to him.
Denver's shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%.
Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
And it's good, 2 points. He's got 15 points.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Pass to Jokic. And another miss by Denver.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper. Was unable to do so.
No good from B. The Nuggets trail. Murray surveying the D. Pass to Jokic. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. 9 points for Jokic.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
No good from B.
Yeah, and that one way back in the first quarter is the three-pointer that has been his only one of the night.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. And that sends Gary Harris to the free throw line. It's on Zach LaVine. Well, Brent, not many can deny that Gary Harris is an absolute pest on the defensive end.
Yeah, pretty relentless on that end of the floor. Defensively, he's rugged and tough, and he can cover a lot of ground with that lateral quickness.
Valentine's checked in for Chicago. White comes in for Zach LaVine.
Gary Harris has a ton of confidence, has a ton of versatility, and is so important for this team. Be fun to watch the maturation process of one Gary Harris.
Porter passes to Jokic. Shoots the 3. Porter, no luck.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Carter. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Carter's got 5 points now in the quarter. 59 seconds left to play here in the half. Now here's Murray. Not a lot of room. He feeds it to Harris. And Porter comes to help. And it's Millsap. That time on the assist by Murray. Murray's got 3 assists tonight. White against Harris. White the pass to B. Nailed from three-point land. B's got 18 points in the game.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Denver shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
So for the Bulls, Marjanovic checked in for Wendell Carter. And it's Young in for Valentine. Denver also making some changes. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Millsap. Malik Beasley comes in for Michael Porter. And Morris subbed in for Gary Harris. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. No good from B.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Good work there as it goes.
Murray, not much fear there as he gets amongst the trees, looking in control down low.
Here's B. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Paul Millsap has been leading the charge for Denver. What a quarter that saw them generate a great comeback effort and are now out in front with momentum behind them. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside.
Thanks.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing from B.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters. Just disrupting everything.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he wanted to do out there. Everyone he guarded looked uncomfortable.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Porter at the small forward position. Player development, not just a coach's job, Brent, something you're active in right now. And, you know, there are some players who are playing for you, who are terrific mentors and teachers on teams.
There's no doubt about it that there are guys. I think about first what Vince Carter has provided to the teams he's been around in the past couple seasons. Zach Randolph, to some degree, was doing that as he moved from Memphis to Sacramento. But there are guys who are still players and that are on the floor contributing and doing big things, like Chris Paul and Mike Conley, that are such huge attributes to an organization when they start to introduce the changeover in their roster or the next phase of their team. You got to give a lot of kudos and appreciate the fact that players who've been that great for that long accept and willingly accept, Kevin, the role of teaching young guys and paying it forward.
And role players that have been like Calderon and Haslam, who have not been stars but have been important parts of their organization.
Also tremendous examples of what it means to be a professional day in and day out. If your responsibilities aren't as great as the top 4 or 5 players, there's still things you can do to make your team better on a daily basis. Those are 2 great names, Kevin.
And stolen by Murray. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Murray with the ball. And yes, it's good. Now it's a 5-point Nugget lead.
Now getting it done on both ends. Murray's tremendous quickness, flashing in and getting that steal.
Here's the pass to Porter. B. He's covered by Murray. No good from B.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Chicago Bulls. They host the 76ers after this game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home.
And you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
And the Bulls making a change here. Murray's checked in. Denver also making some changes. Plumlee comes in for Jokic. And it's Bull in for Paul Millsap. Porter, no luck.
And he has not made one shot in this one. It has to be on his mind every time he's pulling up.
Yeah, easy call.
Bulls have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Both free throws good from B. Denver in the lead. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Murray with it. Now defended by B. Murray dishes the Bull. And they pick up 2.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Michael Porter. The Nuggets have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now. And that one falls for Bull.
And really, few guys in the league are more unique than Bobo. Has length for days, but needs to add a tremendous amount of strength to guard his natural position.
Here's B, and he finishes nicely on the layup. B's got 23 points.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Harris finds Beasley. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Bulls trail by 6. And talking about Bull, his dad, Manute Bull, was known for his defense. That is not the case for his son.
Well, they're 2 completely different types of players. Bobo's game is about skill. He can handle, he can shoot. And for someone who's 7'2", he's a tremendous playmaker.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Young comes in for Wendell Carter. And Satoransky subbed in for Murray. The Nuggets also changing it up. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Gary Harris. And Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. No good from B.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
Morris into the lane. The teardrop falls in. Morris has got the lead up to 8 now for Denver. Now Chicago's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Young outside. Pass to B. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Bulls have been getting it done at the line. 10 for 12. Marjanovic checked in for Chicago. Both free throws good from B.
Well, Coach Mike Malone has grown up with this young Nuggets team. He says that he believes in the youth of this team.
Well, the future is so bright for the Denver Nuggets, and really where you have to give Mike Malone a ton of credit is when they made the decision between their two bigs, Jokic and Nurkic, sticking with Jokic and then changing their entire offensive style to play from a point center position. It has paid huge dividends.
The Nuggets leading by 4. Pass to Bull. Back to Morris. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
B covered by Morris. Here's B. Plumlee with the rebound. For Denver, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Morris with the bucket.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
That one good for 2. Young's got his first bucket of the night.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Brent, you know, the moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls, isn't it?
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what you look for all the time in replays when you see that call, it's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, and Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter that I ever saw, being 6'11" and spreading out those sticks of his. But if the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is...
Bulls making some changes. Carter, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Zach LaVine. And B subbed in for Dunn. Big group substitution here for Denver. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. Michael Porter comes in for Bull. Gary Harris is checked in for Grant, and it's Jamal Murray in for Morris. And small forward and power forward, Porter and Young. B out there with White, and it's Carter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Young, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Harris passes to Murray. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Harris has got his 6th assist on the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's B, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Jamal Murray.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Thaddeus Young. Both free throws good from B. And one thing you have to love about Gary Harris, the way he can explode to the rim.
And Harris is a natural scorer from all parts of the floor, but he can just rocket himself for dunks you aren't used to seeing from players of his size and stature.
B, he's covered by Murray. Here's B, and again, Chicago, no good. Harris drives in. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Harris has got the lead up to 10 now for the Nuggets.
And Harris is used to the contact, exceptional at scoring despite getting hit on that shot.
White finds Porter. Bulls moving the ball around. Here's B. His three-pointers off the mark.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Here's Carter. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on B. And that'll be his third foul so far. Bulls making a switch here. Satoransky's checked in. Paul Millsap's checked in for Denver. Down low. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 5 assists in the game.
Millsap asked to do a lot, and tonight he's delivering on every level.
Doubled by Murray. Pass to B. From the arc. That shot missing. And Denver the other way now.
He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. From downtown, gets it to go from beyond the arc. B's got 5 points now this quarter.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Here's Murray up on top. At the top of the key, Millsap. Another shot. Chicago grabs the miss. Carter's got 7 rebounds in the game. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, he's putting his game right in the face of the defense right now and just driving into the paint to get contact.
Levine's checked in for the Bulls. And Murray's got the ball here for the Nuggets. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. To the inside. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr.
Well, you have to think, if Jokic is that good a passer, his mind is always working. Why not work it to get contact like that?
You know, Brent, passing is just one of the many things that Jokic does well on the floor.
Well, it doesn't look pretty at times, and there's not a ton of athleticism, but the cerebral play of Jokic, and then for teams to try to prepare Kevin defensively for a team offensively that plays from a point center, that's a bit of a mind job night in and night out. Denver's done such a great job of accentuating the skill set of Nikola Jokic.
And he sinks the second.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential left in the tank for Jamal Murray. He's able to play both guard spots, but it's that sweet jump shot that has his teammates and the coaching staff salivating about where his ceiling is.
No good from B.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side. When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line in a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
You got to reward the big fella when he runs like that. Markkanen looking determined to score in transition.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 9. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Markkanen. And so Murray nails both of them. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Levine. And there's the pass to B. Misses the three.
Boy, I'd love to see him just get a smidge closer to the basket. Once he sees a few shots go in from there, that might open up everything from distance.
Here's Jokic. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. Bulls trail by 10. Here's B. Drains it from beyond the arc. B's got 17 now, just in the second half.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Murray, no good.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
The Nuggets leading by 7. Passes it to Porter. 54 seconds left in the fourth. Millsap kicks to Murray. 6 to shoot. That 3 off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Offensive rebound, Young. That one, no good. And here's Denver. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Wide open look here for Murray. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. And the Nuggets lead by 9.
The good old catch and shoot jumper there. Murray quickly getting these shots up and over the defense. And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
Carter against Jokic. So the Nuggets win it, and in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's